The Friday Night Fun Net is on the air. Good evening, everybody. It's 8 o'clock. Friday Night Fun Net on the K9 RFD report. This is Jim. My call is K9 GCR. I'm located here in Freeport, and I'll be your host this evening. The purpose of having this net is what the name implies, to have fun. This is what this hobby of amateur radio is all about, in addition to providing emergency communications if when the situation warrants. A secondary purpose of this net is providing an on-air meeting place for all amateur radio operators. Everybody's welcome to check in. You do not have to be a member of any club, organization, group, or association to participate in this net. All you need is a valid FCC license to check in. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. This repeater is a PL 114.8 plus off. Have access to the repeater. For those of you who may be using older radios that do not have PL capability, or if the PL on your radio is not working properly, you can check in the Friday Night Fun Net by using the repeater output frequency, the straight 195 simplex. If I hear you, I will acknowledge you and check you in the net. If you're out in the sticks, you can hear the repeater, but you can't get to it due to conditions or you're too far away from it, you can give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline. Area code 815-232-FN, 232-3636. Local Freeport number. I'll take your check-in over the phone, but try to check it on the radio first. Okay, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take, by the way, I want to make an announcement here. There is a possibility that we may get a band opening tonight. The band has been wide open for all this week. So, anybody listening down in the Bloomington, Illinois area where the 195 repeater is located, it's this repeater is a PL 114.8 to plus offset, and we'll take check-ins from anywhere in Illinois, Wisconsin, Iowa, Michigan, Indiana, or Minnesota, or Missouri. So, we'll just see what happens. Okay, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take short time on mobile stations. You can't stay for the net for obvious reasons. You have family time. You're there to concentrate on your driving. We'll take your short time on mobile traffic, check-ins. If you have traffic, we'll do your traffic right away. After that, we'll take general check-ins. First, we'll take general check-ins from northern Illinois. Next, we'll take general check-ins from southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. When you check in the net, state whether or not you have traffic. Your traffic consists of breakfast, bike rides, marathons, or ham fest. Of course, the big ham fest was last week. Then we'll do our regular features. We'll do the W9 Gene Duncan DX Corner and our late great friend and colleague, Gene Duncan, W9 GD, the king of DX. Every time you check in this net, you always have a DX report. We will also have a TechNet portion. Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? You have technical questions, please feel free to ask them. We'll try to answer them for you. Then we'll have our swap net. If you have items to buy, sell, trade, or want related to hobbies or amateur radio or computers, we'll do that. The topic this week, I'm going to ask two questions. First question. Did you go to the Hamfest, and what did you think of it? Did you buy what you wanted to buy? Second question, we're starting the Oktoberfest theme. What is your favorite German food? German potato salad, sauerkraut, brats, or what have you? We're going to have we had 38 check-ins last week. We had 2 hour, 25-minute net. We'll see how far we'll go today and tonight, or how many check-ins we got. Okay. Okay, well, all the so-called formalities out of the way, let's get underway. Oh, by the way, I'm using 3 colors, black, red, and orange, in honor of the flag of Germany for Oktoberfest. Okay, with all the so-called formalities out of the way, let's get underway. Do we have any short-time mobile stations I'd like to check in this time? Please call now.
KD9, SOZ. This is Daryl in Winnebago. No traffic. Just a short check-in.
Kilo Delta 9, Sierra Oscar Zulu, is that correct?
That's correct.
QSL, thank you for checking in. Have a good evening. Any more short-time mobile stations like to check in? Please call now.
KD9, NWY, Chris and Rockford, short time, no traffic.
No traffic, but I'll try to check back in later.
Okay, station standby. We have two stations checking at the same time. KD9 NWI, Chris, I've got you checked in. You have a good evening. Thank you for checking in. Haven't heard from you in a while. Thank you for checking in. Was there another station trying to check in? Other station, come back, please.
November 9, Golf Bravo Papa, Greg in Rockford. Short time, no traffic, but I will try to check back in later.
This is K9G Star, the Finite Fundnet on the K9 RFD repeater in Rockford, transferring for Finite Fundnet Central and Freeport. N9 Golf Bravo Papa, I've got you checked in. You're okay. You're welcome to recheck in later on during the net. Thank you for checking in. Any more short-time mobile stations who'd like to check in, please call now.
KD9 OPC.
Last station trying to check in. There's quite a bit of noise with your signal. Try that one more time, please. Okay, well, do we have any more stations? Short time and mobile for the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
KD9 SBA, Matt and Stillman. Short time, no traffic. I'll try to get back in later, Jimmy.
K9 SBA, Matt and Stillman Valley got you checked in. You're welcome to recheck in. We've got you. Okay. Thank you for checking. Any more short time mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. The last station trying to check in, unable to copy, is nothing but noise. You might want to increase your power or change location. Try that again, please. Okay, any more short time on mobile stations would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9 EPZ, checking in short time, but as soon as the thing I'm watching on television is over, I'll check back in.
Okay, I got you checked in, Al. We'll look forward to hearing from you later on during the net. Thank you for checking in. Any more short time or mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 short time stations. Well, now they'll probably check in later on. So, okay, let's go with general check-ins. We have any general check-ins from Northern Illinois who wish to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
K9 KZT, Larry.
AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe.
Kilo Delta 9 or Mike Echo Delta, Mike and Rochelle.
Okay, I got 3 stations checked in. K9KZT, Larry in Rockford, King of CW. got you checked in, Larry. I'll get back to you in a few minutes for the roundtable. Thank you for checking in. AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes for the roundtable. Thank you for checking in. And KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle, who is recording the Friday Night Fun Net for rebroadcast on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. I've got you checked in, Mike. I'll get back to you in a few minutes for the roundtable, and thank you for all you're doing. Okay. Any more short-time mobile stations? No, we're not doing that. Any more general checkers from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KC9QPL, Paul on Lost Park.
Okay, sorry for the delay, folks. I want to give everybody a chance to check in without stumbling on anybody. Stepping on anybody, I should say. KC9QPL. Paul, Lost Park. Got you checked in, Paul. I'll get back to you in a few minutes. The roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Day? Please call now.
Yep.
AE9JF, Jim in Loves Park.
Larry in Rockton.
KD9TJL, Tim in Rockford.
Most part, we got you checked in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes roundtable. And Larry, I know, H9GO, I know that was you. I recognize your voice. I caught the last part of your transmission, but I know that's your voice. I've got you check in. We'll get Rob Board President. We'll get back to you in a few minutes. Thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ups in Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9TJL, Tim in Rockford.
KD9HKX, Larry and Roscoe.
Okay, I got several stations checking in here. AE9JF and Jim and Loves Park got you checked in. H9GO, Larry and Rockton, Rob Board President got you checked in. Thank you for checking in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes roundtable. KD9TJL, Tim and Rockford have got you checked in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in. KD9HKX, Larry and Roscoe, I've also got you checked in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in. And that last station trying to check in, there was quite a bit of noise with your signal. You might want to increase your power or change location. Let's try that check-in one more time, please. That's Kilo Delta 9, Oscar, Tango Charlie, is that correct? Last station trying to check in. Was that Kilo Delta 9, Oscar, Tango Charlie? I'm gonna need a station to relay. Somebody go to the input. I'm having a time trick. There's a lot of noise with that station. Come back with that call one more time, please. Did anybody get a copy on that station? Oh, just a minute. I know who it is. John and McConnell, John McConnell, K9OVJ, was that the QSL? Mike, did you copy that? Was that Kilo Delta 9 Oscar Tango Delta OV the J? All right, I got checked in as KD9O and Oscar Tango Charlie. Until I get a correction on that station, that's how I'll leave it. But it's so difficult for me to copy that station. Thanks, Mike. We're going to move on. Any more general checkers from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9 MAP, Cary and Rockford.
This is Case 9G Sal, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9 RFD repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. K9 MAP, Cary and Rockford. Got you checked in, Cary. We'll get back to you in a few minutes for your DX report. Any more general checkers from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Unable to copy. Last station trying to check in. Unable to copy. I'll tell you what. Give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline. Area code 815-232-FN-232-3636. I'll take your check and over the phone, but you're not me. I'm not hearing you at all. Okay, let's go. Let's move on. Any more general checkers from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
CJ, Scott and Rockford.
N9SBJ, Scott at the beautiful Rock River Yacht Club in Rockford. Got you checked in, Scott. I'll get back to you in a few minutes round table. Thank you for checking in. Any more general checkers from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Kilo Charlie 9, Golf Oscar Lima.
K9GOL, Jimmy and Robert got you checked in. Thank you for checking in. Get back to you in a few minutes round table. Any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? General checkers in Northern Illinois, please call now. Okay, let's see. We got a good turnout from Northern Illinois. Let's see if we can get a good turnout from Southern Wisconsin. Any stations in Southern Wisconsin would like to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Good evening, Jimmy. This is Kilo Delta 9, Golf Delta Yankee in Beloit, Wisconsin, and I will have traffic.
Kilo Delta 9, I want to get this call right. Golf Delta Yankee.
Roger, roger.
KD9 to GDY and Beloit, I got you checked in. Did you say you have traffic?
Affirmative, I have traffic.
Okay, I'll tell you what let's do. I'll get your traffic in a few minutes. We'll see if we can get some more check-ins here. Thank you very much for checking in. We'll get back to you with your traffic. Thank you for checking in. Any more stations in Southern Wisconsin would like to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Sorry about the delay there, folks. I wanted to give people a chance to check in without. I don't want to walk over and step on anybody. Okay. it's Friday night fish night in Wisconsin. Everybody's at their favorite bar, restaurant, or tavern. These are catfish, buffalo, carp, walleye, muskie, crappie, and what have you. Those of you in the Milwaukee area, eat your Polish sausages, hot dogs, brats, kielbasa, and Braunschweiger. The Brewers will be playing out in Los Angeles around 9 o'clock. So we'll be rooting for them. And, of course, you cheese lovers reading some of that famous Wisconsin cheese. Any stations from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Day, please call now. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead with the traffic portion. KD9GDY, okay? What have you got for us?
Hey, Jimmy. Well, I know before the net you talked about if we went to the Ham Fest. That was one of your questions. Yes, I did go to the Ham Fest and also the YL KD9GDX. We had back-to-back calls. Brenda and I both went to Belvedere Ham Fest. I bought some military poles, SWR watt meter by Daiwa, and she got a 5-inch MAG antenna for mobile. And on the side note there, I had to fix my QRZ information. That had me in China somewhere because I'm going to maybe be using the Grid Square info this weekend on a contest. And then also I got my old Techniques receiver out from the college days, the early 1970s, and I got that on a Variac. I don't know if I needed to or not, but I got that going, and it seems to be doing well. And I checked in on a 10 meters net on a relay last week, tuning up an alternate antenna, and checked in with Chuck on the C-Now net. That's everything from my end. This is KD9GDY, back to net.
That's terrific. Glad you had a good time at the Radio Expo. I sure did, and glad you checked in on Rick's North America long wires net. So that's terrific. So okay, I know you're going to have lots of fun with this hobby, to say the least. Okay, thank you for checking in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes for the roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Does any station have any other traffic that you'd like to pass along for the net? Okay, next item on the list. Let me get my papers straightened out first. Okay, we're gonna do the yeah, we did do the traffic. Okay. Let's see, I'm getting my papers organized here. All right, we're going to do the TechNet. Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? If you have any technical questions if you'd like to bring for the net, please feel free to do so. We'll try to answer them for you. Does anybody have any technical questions they'd like to bring for the net at this time? Okay. Well, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead with the W9 Gene Duncan DX corner. In honor of our late great friend and colleague Gene Duncan, W9GD, the king of DX. Every time he has a DX checked into this net, he always had a DX report. At this time, does anybody have any DX reports? Please go ahead.
KD9MAP.
KD9MAP. Okay, Kerry, what do you got for us?
This is KD9MAP. Thank you, Jimmy. Good evening, everybody. I have a couple of reports on behalf of a couple of other guys who aren't here, I guess. John KD9SHG made his first European contact this week. He talked to HA5JI, which is in Hungary, on 20 meter sideband. I think he's using 20 watts. He's got one of those little Zygu radios. So that's 4,900 miles. Brief reset. Dan, KD9SAZ, completed confirmed QSOs with several countries in South America, Central America, the Caribbean, on 10 meter sideband. He did a whole mess of them on the 30th. Brief reset. As for myself, this week, I have QSOs with 19 countries. I didn't get any new countries this week, but boy, there was some big fish that got away from me. I heard Thailand, West Malaysia, Algeria, Gibraltar, North Macedonia, Malta, but they couldn't hear me. Brief reset. My most notable DX this week was VK6ML in Perth, Australia, which is 10,800 miles away. If you can reach Perth, you can reach anywhere. That's 40 meters. That was on 40 meters. Brief reset. On 15 meters, I contacted ZS2EZ in South Africa. On 15 meters, that's 8,900 miles. He's in what we used to call Port Elizabeth. They have renamed it now, and I cannot pronounce the new name. Brief reset. Dan wasn't the only guy who got lucky on 10 meters this week. I did have one Brazilian contact on 10 meters. That was PY2GM in the city of Limeira. And that does it for me, Jimmy. And I know you've got something. I'm dying to hear it. KD9MAT.
Okay, Terry, thank you for checking in and bringing that DX report. Too bad you couldn't get hold of those other countries like Malta and what that, but they'll build, I'm sure you'll get them one of these days. Well, it was not my contact was, what was it, yesterday. Let me get out my logbook. It was just before the noon hour. I was checked into the mid-cars net. That's the first time that I ever checked into that net. Let's see. It was on 7.256 on the 40 meters. It was just before the noon. 16:51 hours. I first made contact, and we talked for about at 16:54. It was his net control was W9SRW in the Green Bay, Wisconsin. But that was the first time that I ever checked into that mid-cars net.
I've listened to them, but I've never checked in with them.
Oh, okay, sounds good. Anybody who is not aware of that mid-cars net is on 7.258 megahertz on 40 meters of lower sideband. I believe they start early in the morning. I think around 8:30 or so, and they go around noon or even well past. But that's what's going on there. Okay, that's my DX report. Does anybody else have any DX report they'd like to pass along?
K9GDY.
Okay, just a minute. Hold on. KC9GDY, KD9GDY. Go ahead.
Just want to mention, like this weekend's going to be the SKCC, the Straight Key Century Club QSO party, And there's always a guy, I work him all the time, and a couple of guys anyway, but the one guy in France, it's called as F6HKA Bert. I've met him personally at the ham convention there in Ohio, but he's got a killer station, and anybody can work him with a wire and 100 watts usually on the if they're working CW, and he'll run any speed that you're running. So just wanted to throw that out there. There's a good, easy, transatlantic contact if somebody's interested, and he'll be on this weekend. I'm sure he'll be on a lot. So listen for him on either 40 or 20 meters. KD9 GDY.
Okay, well that's good. That's interesting to know. Thank you for bringing that DX report. That's great. Does any other station have any DX reports they'd like to pass along? Okay. Folks, I want to get my papers, put my stuff up, put away here. So, okay, that's interesting. So, okay, what we usually do, I'm going to check in Gene Duncan, W9GD. That call is now held by Gary, formerly KD9FML. So, but I'll put him down as an honorary check-in. Okay. I want to thank everybody. This is a good DX corner we had tonight, folks. This is great. Okay, let's go ahead with the swap net. All IMC box order traded must be related to the hobbies of amateur radio or computers. All IMC box order traded must be the property of or possession of the person who wants to get rid of the stuff. May mention the prices over the air, but any haggling should be done either in person or over the telephone. Also, no commercial business of any kind is allowed. Let me get my papers. I do have SwapNet traffic courtesy of George, N9WSQ, but before I do that, does any other station have a SwapNet traffic they'd like to pass along? I'll do that first. Okay, this traffic, this is from George, N9WSQ, our club president, Steve Scott Repair Association. She called me on the phone. Want to know if I still do a SwapNet segment on the Friday Night Fun, and I said, yes, I do. Okay, George is looking for a vertical antenna for the 220 megahertz band. If anybody has one available that you're not using anymore, give George a call at area code 815-238-9303. Again, George is looking for a vertical antenna for the 220 megahertz band. If you have one available, you don't want to use anymore, you can give George a call at area code 815-238-9303. Area code 815-238-9303. Okay. Anybody have any questions, or anybody have a vertical 220 antenna they want to get rid of? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put him down as an honorary check-in. George, N9WSQ, HC honorary check-in, president of our Steam Scott Repair Association. By the way, as far as I know, we'll be having our monthly in-person meeting of the Steam Scott Repair Association on next Saturday, October 9th at 11 a.m. at the Freeport Public Library. So you're welcome to come by and visit them. About 3 months ago, we had a great turnout. So, okay. That concludes the SwapNet portion. before we move on, do we have any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net from everywhere in the region? With route traffic, please call K-Sign GCR.
69 GCRs to Zen 9, Chicago Northwestern. No traffic.
N9 CNW. Hey, what's going on with you? Got two questions tonight. First question has to do with the Hamfest, and the next question has to do what is your favorite German food, since we're in Oktoberfest now. How did you like if you went to the Hamfest, how did you like it?
Good evening, everybody in the group. No, I didn't make the Hamfest this year. Still limited on my mobility. And German food, I'd have to say, Ratskeller used to have a great Schweineschnitzel dinner with lionized potatoes and sauerkraut. That was pretty good. And 9 C&W back to that.
I heard they had, I think Channel 13 or Channel 17 had a story about that Ratskeller restaurant there. That they think there was part of the local restaurant scene. I guess that's good that they're doing that. I think there's one in Monroe, Wisconsin too. N9CNW, thank you for checking in. Have a good evening, enjoy your weekend. Any more stations who like to check into the Friday Night Fun Net, please go now. Okay, let's go ahead with the roundtable. Okay, two questions. How did you like the Hamfest? And what's your favorite German food? German potato salad, Braunschweiger, brats? Everybody likes brats. So, and what have you? K9KZT. I know you were at the Hamfest. I'm sorry we didn't get to meet each other, but how did you like it?
I had an absolute great time. I'm sorry I didn't get to meet some people. Must have walked right by them or something, but anyway, I had just a wonderful time, and the favorite thing I bought there was this Hallicrafters HA1 W9TO tier. And anyway, I'll use that for code practice because it sends perfect code and at a steady clip. So hopefully that'll work. And but I bought a few other things too, but this is my little prize. Yes, it was. You don't see them very much anymore. They're from about 1961. By the way, if you do get one, don't have the problem I had with other ones I have. They don't work upside down. And if something is wrong with it and you take it, turn it upside down on the bench, well, it won't work. So no matter what you do, you're not going to get it to work. It took me a long time to find that out. Okay, favorite German food, I guess I have to go with brats, bratwurst, and beer. Yes, I do. Anyway, I'll have to leave the net for a little bit, but I hope to come back later. Jimmy doing a great job as always. KC9GCR. This is K9KZZ.
Okay, sounds good, Larry. I know you had a wonderful time. By the way, speaking of beer, that's what we're going to be talking about next Friday night to keep the Oktoberfest theme going. What is your favorite beer? Schlitz, Budweiser, Ham, Fat Full Ribbon, Fox Brand, or what have you? That's what we'll be talking about next Friday night. So, okay. Larry, thank you for checking in. If I don't hear you again, you have a good, enjoy your weekend, and we'll definitely catch you on Monday night. AC9NW. How did you like the Hamfest, and what is your favorite German food?
Well, I didn't make the Hamfest this year, but if I did, I'm sure I would have liked it. As far as German food, I haven't had many German foods, but I do like bratwurst, so I guess I'd have to say bratwurst is my favorite. AC9NW, back to net.
You don't have to be German to like bratwurst. You know, when I go to shop in the grocery store, yeah, I usually buy the Johnsonville brats. They have three kinds of brats: stadium brats, beer brats, and the smoked brats. So they're all three of them are good there. That's for sure. H9NW, Tom and Roscoe, thank you for checking in. It's a Friday night fun. Then enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle. What's going on? I'm sorry we didn't meet you. See you at the Hamfest. I'm sorry Ricky WX9RLT didn't meet you in person either. But how did you like the Hamfest? And what is your favorite German food?
Yep, KD9MED here. Yep, I was looking for Ricky and all that, but I want to give a shout-outs real quick to KD9MAP, who I bumped into down there and told me that you were on site, and I kept looking for you and finally met you, and it's an honor to meet you, Jimmy, after all these times being on the radio. Brief reset. The answer to the questions, yep, went to the Hamfest, of course. One of the goals was to pick up some 12 AX7s. I found 4 good ones. And I also stumbled across the 5th one made by the Wurlitzer Corporation. So I got that one for myself for sentimental reasons, because my father used to work for Wurlitzer a long, long time ago. And as far as the German food goes, I like brats or schnitzels. But when I was stationed over in Germany, there was a thing called a Shashlik. Brief reset. Shashlik is sort of I believe it's a Hungarian meal. It's basically a kind of a spicy beef noodles kind of a thing, but it really goes good with beer. Anyways, KD9MED, back to net.
Sounds good, Mike. And, well, it was a pleasure meeting you. You know what, I'll tell you what. Thanks for having those pictures taken there, too, with my new yellow cap. Friday Night Fun, that K9 GCR. I finally got that one to replace the one that I lost that Richard, the N9CEO, bought for me back in 2014. But I'll tell you what, that was great. So I'm only going to wear that hat on special occasions. Now, because I don't want to get it dirty like I did the other one, and that's about it. Thank you for checking in, Mike, and keep on doing what you're doing there. TC9QPL. Paul, I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Are you still with us? I know you didn't go to the Hamfest, but what is your favorite German food?
This is KC9QPL. No, I didn't make the Hamfest, but food, I have to say, bratwurst and sauerkraut. That's pretty good stuff. We'll say 73 and Bakler.
Okay, Paul, sounds good. Thank you for checking. Oh, yeah, sauerkraut. My mother used to make baked sauerkraut. She'd cook it and she'd bake it in the oven, and she'd put brown sugar on there, and boy, that was good. You bet. Okay, Paul, 73, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. We'll catch you on the Monday night rah-rah net this coming Monday night, and I'll be at control. Okay. AE9JF, German Ghost Park. How did you like the Hamfest, and what is your favorite German food?
AE9JF, good evening, Jimmy. Good evening, everyone on the net. First of all, Hamfest, yes, my first one. I really enjoyed it. Got to meet some of the folks that we've been talking to on Friday night, and that was fantastic. Sorry I missed a couple of you. I was able to pick up a J38 key, a new hat, and the ARR handbook, which is going to take me a while to read, I suspect. And I did all of that and still had money in my pocket when I came home. So that's a win-win. Favorite German food is a German potato pancake with a little sour cream and applesauce on it. That used to be breakfast once in a while when I was home and my mother would prepare it.
So that always reminds me a little bit of my childhood. So enjoy it. I know there's a lot of other things that I enjoy German food, but that's the one that I have the most fond memories of. That's about it for tonight. AE9JF, back to net.
Okay, Jim, sounds good. I bought the new ARRL handbook there too for 2021. That was great. $65 for that and the new 2021 repeater directory. So then, along with my cap, I also bought a desk lamp too. So, okay, thank you for checking in there, Jim. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. Maybe we'll catch you on the Monday Night Net. Okay, Larry, AC9GO, the Rod Board President. How did you enjoy the Hamfest? I know that's a dumb question since I met you in person there. And what is your favorite German food?
Hey, good evening, Jimmy. Oh, I love Hamfest. It's a good chance to meet old friends and look at a lot of old equipment. Say, boy, I'm glad I don't own that anymore. But seriously, it's a ball just to get out and look at stuff. And yeah, I did buy a couple things, so we'll have a little fun with those later on. As far as German food, I like most of it. But I'd have to say my favorite is brats. And there are a lot of special brats out there now. Harry Carey brats and jalapeno brats and all kinds of stuff. And I haven't met a brat I didn't like. Anyhow, 73. Next Friday night, we'll have our meeting on the air, the Rah-Rah meeting on the air, and kind of looking forward to it. And we'll catch you later, Jimmy. 73, AC9GO.
Okay, Larry, sounds good. It was a pleasure meeting you in person last Sunday. This past Sunday, that was great. Had a great time. You have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. We'll catch you on Monday night there. So, thank you for checking in. KD9TJL. Tim, what's going on with you? How did you like the Hamfest? And what is your favorite German food?
KD9TJL. Well, this was my first Hamfest, so didn't really know what to expect. Found it interesting. I did end up buying a Comet GP9 antenna, which is greatly improved reception for me. And by far favorite German food is the Stullen that my wife makes every year around Christmas time.
Oh, okay, sounds good. You'll have to tell me about at that time when we do our Christmas edition of Friday Night Fun then. So, by the way, Christmas this year falls on a Saturday, so December 24th, Christmas Eve, we're planning on having a special edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. I talked to my family. I don't know if they're going to do anything for Christmas or not. They didn't last year because of the COVID, so we'll see what happens. Tim, thank you for checking in. Glad you had a good time at the Hamfest, and you have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. We'll catch you later. KD9HKX, Larry and Roscoe, what's going on with you? How did you like the Hamfest, and what is your favorite German food?
KC9GCR, KD9HKX. Good evening, Jim, and good evening to everyone else on net. Did not make the Hamfest. I really wanted to this year, but some things come up and I just couldn't make it. So next year, hopefully. German foods, I like all German foods. As far as favorites, wow, it's tough to narrow it down, but I'd have to say sauerkraut, both kinds, regular and Bavarian style. Schnitzels, I like schnitzels. German potato pancakes are or as somebody else said earlier, just kind of remind me of the folks at home. After big Sunday meal, they take the leftover mashed potatoes and make German potato pancakes out of them. And I guess that's it from here, Jim. So I'll turn it back to you. Case 9 GCR, KD9 HKX.
Okay, sounds good there, Larry. Well, hopefully they'll be, the way they're talking, I think there's going to be a next. There will be a next year. That's what they're talking about on the night watch, and that they're on CFMC. They're so that's good. Maybe you'll get to go next year. We'll see what happens. Okay, thank you for checking in. Enjoy your weekend. Now I'm going to see if KD9, OTC, or whoever it is out there. Are you the station that come on back? All right. Let's go with Kerry. KD9 MAP. Kerry, I want to thank you for everything you did for me Sunday. You came pick me up. We went to the Ham Fest there, and on the way back, we went through right out to my hometown. I showed you where you lived and grew up as a young man, and that was great. Thank you for all you did for me this past Sunday. Now this sounds like a dumb question, but I gotta ask it anyway. How did you like the Ham Fest, and what is your favorite German food?
This is KD9 MAP. Oh, the Ham Fest was great, Jimmy, and so was the guided tour of the River Road there. I was astonished at what you showed me. The Ham Fest was great. It took me 3 hours to get through the whole thing the first time. There were lots of boxes to dig in, and there was some real bargains, and there was some stuff that was way overpriced too. You gotta look out at those things. A brief reset. Instead of telling you my favorite German food, I'll tell you the German food that I most want to try that I've never had. It's called German meatballs with cream sauce with capers. The Germans call it Königsberger Klopse. And it's meatballs and creamy white sauce with capers. Minced veal, onions, eggs, anchovies, peppers, spices, capers, and lemon juice. I really want to try that. KD9 MAP.
Oh boy, I never heard of German meatballs before, but I bet you that sounds good. Okay, well sounds good. I hope you get to try it sometime. Okay, again, Kerry, thank you for what you did for me this past Sunday. Okay, sounds good. And thank you for checking in. I'm sure we'll be doing the trivia segment in a few minutes. We'll be hearing from you again, sir. So, okay. N9SBJ, Scott at the beautiful Rock River Yacht Club in Rockford. I know you didn't go to the Ham Fest, but Scott, what is your favorite German food? Okay, he must have left us, so we'll go move on. Jim, K9 GOL. What did you think of the Ham Fest? And what is your favorite German food?
Good evening, Jimmy, and the rest of the net. This is KC9GOL. The Ham Fest was not as big as it has been in past years. I calculated that there's about 3,500 linear feet that there weren't any vendors in, which has in the past had vendors in that area. So I was, it wasn't a bad Ham Fest for after the COVIDs, that's for sure. And other than that, the brats were good, and the pork sandwiches were good. So with that, even a ham fest that's not quite as good can be made great by having those foods. As for German food, any pastry, any German pastry, and then there is something that I do not know the name of, but it is braised pork with onions, and it has a potato, a type of covering over it like a potato pancake or maybe like a pot pie. This is KC9GOL, back to net control.
Okay, sounds good there, Jimmy. Well, you know, I'll tell you what. I think next week, if Night Watch Net, they'll be getting underway in an hour at 10 o'clock on the 3.750 repeater, the CFMC 40 meter. No, wait a minute. The 440 machine in Chicago. I think next week they're going to give all the information as how much money they made and what was the attendance. I heard unofficial report. I think they had about 600 people or so there. I can't confirm it, but that's what I heard.
Okay, Jimmy. Well, I heard about the same thing. I know there was a lot of people that came in late, and then there was also a lot of people that turned around because of the accident on the interstate, and they just didn't want to sit in traffic or be rerouted. So, hey, next year, I hope they fill all the vendor spot, and it takes Kerry 5 hours to get around, and everybody has a great time. This is KC9GOL.
KD9MAP.
Thanks, Jimmy. Go ahead, Gary.
Schweinebraten. German pork roast, Bavarian style braised. Maybe that's what you like, Jimmy.
Well, all I know is for the 3 months that I was in over there putting in a couple pieces of equipment, that was a meal that was eaten at least 4 nights a week, and I did definitely enjoy it very much.
Only 4 nights a week? I'm ready to try it. You know, just point me to it. I'm ready to try it. KD9MAP.
Okay, that sounds good. Oh, okay, that's terrific. Thanks to you, Jimmy. Thank you for checking in, and hopefully you'll get a chance to try that sometime. KD9GDY. How did you like the Hamfest, and what was your favorite German food?
This is Kilo Delta 9 Golf Delta Yankee Jim on the north side of Beloit, returning for the round table. Yeah, I mentioned about a few things already at the Hamfest, but it was great. I thought it was a great Hamfest. First time me and the YL attended that one because we just moved from Fort Wayne, Indiana about 2 months ago. So just getting plugged in around here. We're planning on going to the Fort Wayne Hamfest next month. That's a section Hamfest, and so that'll be a big Hamfest. It's at like the Metro Center is in Rockford. It'll be at the Memorial Coliseum there in Fort Wayne. So basically on the same order for the size of a building for the venue. But anyway, yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Well, I did want to mention I did meet KE9N, I think Kurt there at the table, and AU9S. And they talked me into getting on the Breakfast Club net, which I've checked into a couple times now, too. So, all right, and my German food, I think, well, it's probably got to be brats, like most of the guys are making that their favorite. But I do like the sauerkraut with the caraway seed in it. I got to put the caraway seed in the kraut there. Go ahead, Jimmy, KD9GDY.
Well, that's good. That's good. So, okay, so sounds good. When I checked into the Night Watch net, a few nights ago, I inquired about, I made a comment, I said, you guys should see about maybe expanding the Hamfest to about to 2 days, like it used to be. He said, we're going to see how the turnout going in the next couple of years. If things are great, we might consider. But I said to say, I thought that'd be nice if maybe one of these years they expanded for 2 days, like it used to be.
Roger that. Yeah, I think we get, well, you know, if they do it for a few hours on Sunday, it'd probably pick up quite a few people, but, you know, maybe it'd be a little bit shorter day or something like that. Yeah, I did want to say, Jimmy, I wish I could have met you there, and MAP and a few others. I just haven't been around enough to recognize all the calls that I'm hearing on the air right now, but maybe next year it'll be better that way for me, so I can do an eyeball QSO. KD9GDY, back to net.
Sounds good there, Greg. Thank you for checking in. Have a good evening, and thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Okay, N9CNW already checked in, so that concludes my list. Or do we have any more stations like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? If you're coming to open your Friday night fish fry, steak fry, grocery shopping, or the show, if you're buying enough food for have your Oktoberfest, a meal, or whatever. If you just came home, turned your radio on, and you've been copying mail for the last hour and 2 minutes or so, this is your chance to check in the Friday Night Fun Net from anywhere in the region. Without traffic, please call K-Sign GCR.
Check.
89 EPZ, recheck.
Okay, Al, K9EPZ. I'll get back to you in a minute there. Any more stations want to check in this time? Please call now.
K9GDY with a recheck also.
K9GDY with a recheck. Okay, I'll get back to you in a few minutes. Any more stations want to check in? Okay, Al, K9EPZ. How did your TV show go?
What was interesting was they were doing a thing on the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, and it really was interesting. They were behind the scenes and how they did certain things and you know, things like that. It was a really interesting show. So I wanted to watch that, but that just finished at 9 o'clock, so I'm here. What else was it? Didn't go to the Hamfest. I like bratwurst, of course, but I also like what they call Jägerschnitzel, which is basically veal cutlets pounded flat, but not breaded, and made with a gravy, brown gravy with mushrooms and wine and so on.
Okay, well that sounds good, Al. I had the pleasure. I went to the original Disneyland out in California back in 1957 when I was 9 years old. There, my mother and my grandmother and my sister. My younger sister and I went on the train. We got on the train in Savannah. It took us 2 days and 1 night to get there. We saw Las Vegas, Nevada at night, and let's see, we spent about 2 weeks out there. And one of these days we went out to Disneyland. Had a wonderful time out there. So that was about it there. So okay, Al. Well, thank you for checking in. Well, I'm sure we'll hear from you. We're going to start the trivia segment in a few minutes here. So, okay. KD9GDY, you said you were rechecking in. Go ahead.
Jimmy, yeah, I was just going to mention I was having a little a brain fade there. The Hamfest was on Sunday, but a lot of Hamfests I see out and about are on Saturday or Saturday and Sunday. So, yeah, I think if they plugged to Saturday, and that would be great too. So, I just wanted to It just kind of hit me after I got off to pushing the mic here that it was on Sunday, so I had to kind of correct myself. Okay, back to net, KD9GDY 73.
Okay, the last time they had the Hamfest on Saturday, I think it was back in 2018. I think they 2019, they had it on September 29th because they did not want to conflict with Radio Expo at HRO Milwaukee. That's why it was on that same weekend, and they did not want to conflict. That's why they had it on the Sunday. So, okay, sounds good. Thank you for checking in. Any more stations would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. This is K-Sign GCR, Deck Control, the Friday Night Fun Net. I definitely had a wonderful time at that Hamfest. Kerry picked me up at 7 o'clock, and we got there about 8 o'clock. We stayed for about five hours. And I'll tell you what, I bought the yellow cap with black lettering, Friday Night Fun Net, K-Sign GCR, to replace the one I lost. I also bought a 2021 ARRL Repair Directory and 2021 ARRL Handbook. I also bought some pork chop sandwich, chips, and Mountain Dew, and I also bought a desk lamp. So that was about it there. After I got home, I got a call from Justin, K9FPO, and Mike H9JZ. They both came over. We were here for a couple of hours. We went out to Culver's. They're in Freeport. They bought the meal for me. Then we had a wonderful time. Justin took new pictures of my ham shack, which you'll see on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. You really get a kick out of those pictures. So, okay. Any more stations want to check into the net? Please go now. Okay, now we're going to go with Friday Night Fun Net trivia. Wolves, one moment please. Stand by. Okay, I had to go to the other side of the room, my other desk, and get my magnifier. So, okay, let's go ahead. We got a lot of people who listen to this net on scanners. They can't listen to police communications anymore unless they have a very expensive digital scanner. Or else they listen to it just, they're not ham radio operators, but they listen for the enjoyment of it. This trivia segment is designed for those, especially for those people who are studying for their first ham radio license. So I read the questions from ARRL's Tech, General, and extra Q&As, or multiple choice questions. So, okay, here's the first one. These first few questions are from the technician's pool. All right. First question, what are the FCC rules regarding the use of a phonetic alphabet for station identification in the amateur radio service? A, is required when transmitting emergency messages. B, is prohibited. C, is required when in contact with foreign stations. D, it is encouraged. What are the FCC rules regarding the use of a phonetic alphabet for station identification in the amateur radio service? A, is required when transmitting emergency messages. B, is prohibited. C, it is required when in contact with foreign stations. D, it is encouraged. Anybody correct to answer this question?
KD9MAP, The answer is B, Bravo. It is strictly prohibited.
D9QDP, that would be D.
But that is sorry, that is not correct. But thank you for trying. Anybody else who want to give it a shot?
D9QDP.
Go ahead, Al. Go ahead, Rick.
That would be D, strongly encourage. I wished a lot of them had used phonetics when it comes to working DX.
You have a point there. Okay, let me finish read this question. Now I'll go ahead and check in the net. What are the FCC rules regarding the use of a phonetic alphabet for station identification in the amateur radio service? Correct answer is D, Delta. It is encouraged. You are required to identify in English, even if you are communicating in a language other than English. The FCC recommends the use of phonetics when you identify by voice. That avoids confusing letters that sound alike. The standard phonetics are words in the English language. You may also identify by CW even if using phone. It's in the Ham Radio License Manual, page 8-4. Okay, K9 QDP. Let me check in the net. I'm asking this question. How did you like the Ham Fest, and what is your favorite German food?
How did I like the Ham Fest? Well, as far as I know, it was excellent. No complaints here. But then again, of course, I didn't go. Now, as far as my favorite German dish goes, I would really have to seriously think about that one. There's a lot of them out there I like, so I'm not going to narrow it down to one particular dish. So I guess at this point here, Jimmy, I would have to say all of them.
Okay, well that sounds good there, Rick. Thank you very much. And yeah, that's right. I forgot you didn't go to the Ham Fest. Oh well, the way they're talking, there's going to be one next year. So okay. Thank you for checking in. Now let's see. We'll continue here with the trivia segment. I'm trying to avoid the same questions with there. So okay. Okay, here we go. Which of the following applies when two stations transmitting on the same frequency interfere with each other? A. Common courtesy should prevail, but no one has absolute right to an amateur frequency. B. Whoever has the strongest signal has priority on the frequency. C. Whoever has been on the frequency the longest has priority on the frequency. D. The station that has the weakest signal has priority on the frequency. Which of the following applies when two stations transmitting on the same frequency interfere with each other? A. Common courtesy should prevail, but no one has absolute right to an amateur frequency. B. Whoever has the strongest signal has priority on the frequency. C. Whoever has been on the frequency the longest has priority on the frequency. D. The station that has the weakest signal has priority on the frequency. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
D9GDY.
D9GDY, go ahead.
I believe the answer is A, although there's sometimes I'm on a frequency when it's taken over and this and that those other people think it's something else, but I think the answer is A.
You are correct. You are correct. Boy, ain't that the truth, especially on 75 to 80 meters. Avoid that section when at all possible. You got potty mouths, you got other people who think you own the frequency and what have you. That's what happened with Kerry, K9M, Rick, K9QDP on the North American Long Wires net. He had to end up moving from 28.425 to 28.390 just because of this situation. But you are correct. Which of the following applies when two stations transmitting on the same frequency interfere with each other? Correct answer is A, alpha. Common courtesy should prevail, but no one has absolute right to an after frequency. If a transmission seriously degrades, obstructs, or repeatedly interrupts the communications of a regulated service, that's considered harmful interference. Common courtesy should prevail, but remember that no one has an absolute right to any frequency. Ham radio license manual, page 8-6. Okay, where should the negative return connection of a mobile transceiver's power cable be connected? A, at the battery or engine block ground strap. B, at the antenna mount. C, to any metal part of the vehicle. D, through the transceiver's mounting bracket. Where should the negative return connection of a mobile transceiver's power cable be connected? A, at the battery or engine block ground strap. B, at the antenna mount. C, to any metal part of the vehicle. D, through the transceiver's mounting bracket. Anybody correct to answer this question?
A9JF Alpha.
You are correct, Jim. You are correct. Where should the negative return connection of a mobile transceiver's power cable be connected? Correct answer is A, alpha. At the battery or engine block ground strap. Connect the radios negatively to the negative battery terminal or where the battery ground lead is connected to the vehicle body. Ham radio license manual, page 5-17. Okay, let's find another one. Okay, I'm trying to, just a minute. Hold on. Okay. Okay. What mode is responsible for allowing over-the-horizon VHF and UHF communications to ranges of approximately 300 miles on a regular basis? A, tropospheric ducting. B, D-layer refraction. C, F2-layer refraction. D, Faraday rotation. What mode is responsible for allowing over-the-horizon VHF and UHF communications to ranges of approximately 300 miles on a regular basis? A, tropospheric ducting. B, D-layer refraction. C, F2-layer refraction. D, Faraday rotation. Anybody correct to answer this question?
89 ETZ.
Go ahead, Al.
A is an alpha, and I do it all the time.
I believe you, Al, and you are correct. What mode is responsible for allowing over-the-horizon VHF and UHF communications to ranges of approximately 300 miles on a regular basis? Correct answer is A, alpha, tropospheric ducting. Tropospheric ducting is regularly used by amateurs to make VHF and UHF contacts that would otherwise be impossible by line of sight propagation. And radio license manual, page 4-3. Speaking of tropospheric propagation, I think it was Tuesday night. I think we just got done with the Elvin TechNet. I was scanning the band there. I ran into the 147.255 with his Eric's repeater. But instead of Eric's repeater, I was picking up a station that turned a repeater in Antigo, Wisconsin. They had just completed a net there, so I checked into that net. I told what my location was, and I told them about the 255 repeater in Rockford, and well, that was something else. Well, Al K9EP, Al, you can attest to this by listening to the Night Watch net for the past 4 nights. That was the way it was, and I was able to check in all the 4 nights there this week.
Oh yeah, and you would normally not have to have, neither would I, because I have I have, if you want to call it, crested ridge, where the land elevation's over 100 feet higher than where I'm at, and just to the east of me, which blocks me from Chicago normally. But the other night, I think I mentioned to you that there was another repeater coming in on 3.9, it's the same PL, and it was in Ohio. And then the following morning, there was a repeater on the same frequency in PL as the Calb repeater that was coming in from West Virginia.
Yeah, you did say that. I was picking up another 3.9 repeater too. But whether it was that one, I wasn't sure. But yeah, conditions were sure favorable. I was hoping we'd have these conditions tonight so we can get some distant stations, but I guess that's not going to take place tonight.
No, 2 meters don't seem to be open tonight, but it looks like 440 is. I'm monitoring it on my secondary, and seems like there's some pretty good propagation on 440.
Okay, sounds good. Well, with just that, whenever I get done with this net there, I'll just switch over to 440, see if I can pick up the night watch net. Okay, Al, thanks. Continuing on with the trivia, this is an electrical question. What is the name for the flow of electrons in an electric circuit? A, voltage. B, resistance. C, capacitance. D, current. What is the name for the flow of electrons in an electric circuit? A, voltage. B, resistance. C, capacitance. D, current. Anybody correct to answer this question?
89 MAP is going with D Delta.
You are correct, Terry. You are correct. What is the name for the flow of electrons in an electric circuit? Correct answer is D delta current. Electric current, represented in equations by the symbol I or whatever, is the flow of electrons. Handwritten license manual page 3-1. All right. We'll find a couple of. I already read that question. I'm not going to read it again. We'll read a couple more questions in the tech pool here. Oh boy. I read that question. I don't want to read it again. Okay. What is the definition of duty cycle during the averaging time for RF exposure? A, the difference between the lowest power output and the highest power output of a transmitter. B, the difference between the PEP and the average power output of a transmitter. C, the percentage of time that a transmitter is transmitting. D, the percentage of time that a transmitter is not transmitting. What is the definition of duty cycle during the averaging time for RF exposure? A, the difference between the lowest power output and the highest power output of a transmitter. B, the difference between the PEP and average power output of a transmitter. C, the percentage of time that a transmitter is transmitting. D, the percentage of time that a transmitter is not transmitting. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
EPZ.
Go ahead, Al.
C is in Charlie.
You are correct. Al, you are correct. What is the definition of duty cycle during the averaging time for RF exposure? The correct answer is C, Charlie. The percentage of time that a transmitter is transmitting. Okay. Last question of the technician's pool, if I can find it. I should not. We'll find it here. All right. Stand by. We'll get it. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, a great night weather-wise tonight. I don't think summer's going to go away. I don't think that's okay. All right. What are the toughest questions in the text, general, and extra Q&A question pools? Your tower questions, of course. You new listeners, those of you who are going to be getting your ham radio license, someday you're going to be involved in tower and climbing a tower, or else being part of the tower, the ground crew. We have a VE testing session next Saturday, October 9th at 12:30 p.m. at the Freeport Public Library. For more information, contact Brandon, K9LOA. This question might put you over the top as far as getting your technician's license when you take your test next Saturday. But here it goes. Which of the following is good practice when installing ground wires on a tower for lightning protection? A. Put a loop in the ground connection to prevent water damage to the ground system. B. Make sure that all bends in the ground wires are clean, right angle bends. C. Ensure that connections are short and direct. D. All of these choices are correct. Which of the following is good practice when installing ground wires on a tower for lightning protection? A. Put a loop in the ground connection to prevent water damage to the ground system. B. Make sure that all the bends in the ground wires are clean, right angle bends. C. Ensure that connections are short and direct. D. All of these choices are correct. Does anybody have a correct answer to this question?
Not me again, KD90BB.
Okay, well, just a minute, Al. Anybody else knows the answer? Now, let's, if you know the answer, come on. Let's not depend on one person to answer these questions. Come on. Anybody else have a question? Come on back.
A9JF, Bravo.
Sorry, that is not correct. Okay, Al, go ahead.
C is in Charlie.
You are correct, Al. You are correct. Which of the following is good practice when installing ground wires on a tower for lightning protection? Correct answer. C, Charlie. Ensure that connections are short and direct. Okay. Hopefully, when you listeners, when you take your test next Saturday, let's hope you all pass. Okay, before we resume with the trivia, or do we have any more stations who'd like to check into the Friday night fun net? Please call now.
AC9 GCR. This is Alpha Kilo 9 Foxtrot, David and Beloit, no traffic.
AK9F, okay, Dave, I got you checked in. Stand by. Any more stations want to check in? Please call now. Okay, Dave, AK9F, I know you did not go to the Hamfest, but I was asking a question for those who did went, how you liked it? You got two questions, and the second question, since we're in the Oktoberfest celebrations now, I'm asking everybody what their favorite German food is. You have a favorite one?
I'll start with the second question. No, I don't have any favorite German food. In fact, in general, I don't like German food. And in regard to the first one, yes, I was at the Hamfest. I didn't get there until about 11 o'clock, but I thought it was a little light in terms of the commercial vendors as compared to what we usually see there. I did buy myself a disco and antenna for my scanner, but other than that, that's about the only, and I purchased some coax for a friend, but that's all. Over.
Okay, Dave, sounds good. Hey, sorry I didn't see you, but I was there for about 5 hours. Oh well, Hopefully there's always next year. The way they're talking, they're going to have another one next year, too. Okay, Dave, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening and enjoy your weekend. Okay. Any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Is somebody trying to check in? All I got is a mic click.
KC9GCR.
The general portion of the trivia. The frequency allocations of which ITU regions apply to radio amateurs operating in North and South America? A, Region 4. B, Region 3. C, Region 2. D, Region 1. The frequency allocations of which ITU region apply to radio amateurs operating in North and South America? A, Region 4. B, Region 3. C, Region 2. D, Region 1. Anybody correct to answer this question?
A9QDP.
Go ahead, Rick.
C, Region 2, and Dean is trying to check in there, K9FLO.
Okay, okay. Sorry about that, Dean. I'll get back to you in a minute there. But the frequency allocations of which ITU region apply to radio amateurs operating in North and South America? Correct answer, C, Charlie, Region 2. The ITU has created 3 administrative areas called regions. Each region has its own set of frequency allocations or divisions of the radio spectrum. North and South America, Alaska, Hawaii, and most U.S. territories and possessions are in Region 2. All right, let's, KNFLO. Dean, sorry about that. How you doing?
KC9GCR, K9FLO. Good evening, Jimmy, and good evening, Rick. And it's Friday night again. I made it down here. Almost oopsed on it, but I said, oh boy, I better get down there. I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. So, looked for you at the fest. Didn't find you, but the nice thing was there was enough people there to keep everybody busy looking at all the stuff there, Jimmy. Did you, I know you were there because Kurt said you were there, but I didn't find you. So anyway, the thoughts were there, Jimmy. Go ahead.
Rick, let's see. No. Kerry K9MEP came and picked me up about 7 o'clock Sunday morning. We left. We got to Belvedere about 8 o'clock. We stayed until about 1 o'clock. I was there about 5 hours. Had a wonderful time, bought several items, and that was great. Sorry we didn't meet, but there were several other hands I didn't get to meet either, but that's the way it goes.
Well, hopefully it looks like there's going to be a next year, so that's a good thing. And it was enjoyable. We got there about 6:30 and set up there in the back of the fairgrounds, and did real good. Got rid of everything, so that was nice. And I guess on the flip side, I left there with nothing. I didn't buy anything, and I didn't have anything to take home, so that was even better yet. But otherwise, I thought the event, it was good. I mean, I knew it wouldn't be as good as in the past, just because I think there's a little, people are still a little reserved about getting out into the public. And I think once things get moving again, I'm sure next year it'll be better and more people, and hopefully Mother Nature be repeat how it was this Sunday. But I'll tell you what, the weather was perfect, temperatures were perfect, and Now, if next year we can have it happen again, that'd be really great, and have some more people, and more dealers, and all that good stuff. KC9GCR, K9FLO.
Okay, Dean. Well, that sounds good. Yeah, that's what they're talking about. I listened to their Night Watch net. Well, this week I had been with the band openings being as they were. I was able to listen and check into all 4 nights there, and I think next week they were saying they're going to give a final count as to how many were there, and I think from what I understand, they're estimating about 600 people showed up.
Boy, I would have thought there was more than that, because I know in the past it usually was an area of several thousand, but maybe not. It could be. I mean, I was 90% of the time there and far back into the area, and it wasn't as full back there as it usually is, but that I couldn't say. All I can say is when I went up to the pavilion a couple times, the building was absolutely packed with people, so whether that translates into several hundred or maybe 1,000, don't know. But, you know, different people are getting involved into it now. A lot of the people are not around anymore, and you know, the items being sold are becoming different. I don't think you're seeing the old stuff as much. So it was interesting seeing the changes. There was a lot of equipment, I thought, from the 80s present, and there was some nice stuff there. I was very surprised. I'm glad to see everybody bringing out, emptying out their shack, I guess you could say, and trying to refill it too. There, Jimmy, go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's what it's really all about. I really enjoyed myself, that's for sure. Okay, Dean. Hey, pleasure. That's good. Thank you for checking in. You have a good evening, and I'll try to check into the Rock County net on Tuesday night. I did this past Tuesday, so that's about it there. So 7-3, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun in. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you next Friday night.
All right, Jim. 7-3s, catch you later. And also to everybody else out there, K9FLO, be clear.
Oh, wait a minute. Dean, I forgot to ask you. I was asking 2 questions. One about the Hamfest, the other one, we're into Oktoberfest now. Something I do every year. What is your favorite German food? German potato salad, sauerkraut, brats, or what?
Hands down, sauerkraut and ribs there, Jimmy.
Okay, sounds good. I have to think. I didn't ask you that question. Okay, Dean. We'll talk to you next Friday night, 7-3. Have a good evening.
7-3, Jimmy.
Okay, are there any more stations you'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun net? Please call now. Okay, continuing on with the trivia segment, we're in the general portion. Here's what does an S-meter measure? A, conductance. B, impedance. C, received signal strength. D, transmitter power output. What does an S-meter measure? A, conductance. B, impedance. C, received signal strength. D, transmitter power output. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
KD9MAP is leaning towards C, Charlie.
Well, Gary, you are correct. You are correct. What does an S-meter measure? Correct answer, C, Charlie, received signal strength. An S-meter measures received signal strength in S units. General Class License Manual, page 5-19. By rights, this question really belongs to the technician's portion. Well, that's the way it goes. Okay. What is meant when memory is characterized as non-volatile? A. It is resistant to radiation damage. B. It is resistant to high temperatures. C. The stored information is maintained even if power is removed. D. The stored information cannot be changed once written. What is meant when memory is characterized as non-volatile? A. It is resistant to radiation damage. B. It is resistant to high temperatures. C. The stored information is maintained even if power is removed. D. The stored information cannot be changed once written. Anybody correct answer to this question?
K89MAP, I'm sticking with C. Charlie.
You are correct, Kerry. You are correct. What is meant when memory is characterized as non-volatile? Correct answer is C. Charlie. The stored information is maintained even if power is removed. Non-volatile memory can retain stored data even if power is removed and restored. It never needs to have the data refreshed. Volatile memory loses. Volatile memory loses the data if power is removed, and often needs to have the data refreshed while in operation, such as for dynamic types of memory. General class size and manual page 4-30. All right. Okay. What is meant by the term flat topping when referring to a single sideband phone transmission? A. Single distortion caused by insufficient collector current. B. The transmitter's automatic level of control, or ALC, is properly adjusted. C. Signal distortion caused by excessive drive. D. The transmitter's carrier is properly suppressed. What is meant by the term flat topping when referring to a single sideband phone transmission? A. Single distortion caused by insufficient collector's current. B. The transmitter's automatic level control, or ALC, is properly adjusted. C. Signal distortion caused by excessive drive. D. The transmitter's carrier is properly suppressed. Does anybody correct answer this question? Somebody's trying to get in there. I'm not able to copy. You got nothing but noise. Let's try that one more time. All right, I'm going to read this question one more time. What is meant by the term flat topping when referring to a single sideband phone transmission? A. Signal distortion caused by insufficient collector current. B. The transmitter's automatic level control, ALC, is properly adjusted. C. Signal distortion caused by excessive drive. D. The transmitter's carrier is properly suppressed. If you know the answer, people, come on, let's go. Let's not depend on somebody else to answer these questions. Anybody, any correct answer to this question?
K9QDP.
Okay. Stand by, Rick. Let's be fair. Was there another station trying to get in there? Okay. Let's go with, hello, Scott. I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, Rick, what do you say?
I'll say C.
Okay, Rick, Scott, K9YI, what do you say? Okay, you are both correct. What is meant by the term flat topping when referring to a single sideband phone transmission? Correct answer is C. Charlie. Signal distortion caused by excessive drive. Yeah, we're not going to read that one. Just, okay. Hold on. Scott, K9 YI. What's beautiful signal coming in tonight? Are you on the repeater or are you on the simplex? Okay, that's Tom. Okay, Scott, sounds good. I know you didn't go to the Hamfest at the Belvedere, but I was asking two questions. The first one was about how'd you like the Hamfest. The second question, since we're into Oktoberfest, is what is your favorite German food? Do you have a favorite, Scott? You must. Okay, sounds good. Well, of course, I like brats. Well, who doesn't like brats? You don't have to be German to like brats. And of course, I like German potato salad and some other stuff. Sauerkraut. Years ago, my mother used to make. She used to bake sauerkraut. She put it in some kind of a container or something like that, or in a dish. She bake it in the oven, and she put brown sugar on there. Boy, oh boy, that was definitely good. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Beautiful signal tonight. The band's been wide open. It's been this way for several nights. Maybe you probably noticed if you were in your Q-soles and what have you. So, okay. Hey, Scott, thank you for checking in as always, for participating in the trivia segment. You have a good evening. We'll catch you on the Green County Net this coming Sunday night. Now, 7-3's, Scott. Was there another station trying to check in? Another station, come back. WI9HF, Chad, is that you? Okay, that station trying to get in. I have a very difficult time trying to contact you. Let's try that one more time. Stand by. Can any station get a relay on that station? I'm hardly copying him at all. Come back with your call one more time, please. We want to see if somebody can relay. I'm sorry. Stand by hotline. This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9 RFD repair Rockford transferring for Friday Night Fun Net Central here in Freeport. That was John, K9DDF Intelligence. That was him trying to check in. So he called the hotline. So, okay, did you hear that telephone ring, folks? That's obviously you did. That's a real telephone ring, folks, not that phony baloney cell phone ring. That's right, Friday Night Fun Net hotline. You've seen pictures of it. You're going to see an updated picture of it on the, thanks to Justin K9FDO, was here along with Mike H9JZ this past Sunday, late Sunday. He took the pictures of my ham shack. You see it's a traditional red desktop telephone. So, okay, I'll tell you what. Let's any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
Hey, Jimmy, I'll go ahead and check in. This is Tom up here in Janesville, WI-9 Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. I have no traffic tonight, Jimmy.
Okay, sounds good. I know you didn't go to the Hamfest, but I got two questions. About the Hamfest, and we're in Oktoberfest. What's your favorite German food? Do you have a favorite German food or not?
No, not really. It's all good to me.
Okay, sounds good. Tom, thank you for checking in. Have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you next Friday night.
All right, Jimmy, sounds good. We'll talk to you on the next one. This is Tom up here in Janesville, WI-9 Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. I'll be clear.
Okay, do we have any more stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
KC9GCR, N9NQD. Good evening, Jimmy.
N9NQD, good evening, Art. How's things going with you?
They're going fair to middling tonight. Boy, it was a warm one today. I was running around like a red-headed stepchild all day. Jeez, over toward Belvedere, up to Rockford Speedway, up to Beloit and back again, but yeah, it was hot out there.
Oh, this is great. Too bad we can't have this weather all through October. That'd be nice. Art, did you go to the Hamfest or not?
Yes, I did. And we stopped at FLO and picked up some tickets, and we went and checked it out. Yeah, it was real fine. I enjoyed it. A lot of people I saw there who I hadn't seen for a while, and picked up some interesting stuff. I think it was a good ham fest.
Jerry K9MAP came to Freeport, picked me up. He came about 7 o'clock. We got to Belvedere about 8 o'clock. I stayed there about 5 hours. We didn't leave till about 1 o'clock. I bought several items. I had a wonderful time there.
Roger, I picked up some connectors, some adapters. Guy had some really nice looking gold PL 259s, Teflon centers. I picked up some of them. Yeah, I'll make a couple of jumper cables. Maybe I'll use some on some coax I got around here. Got all kinds of coax, 9913, 8214, you name it. I probably had it. Then all the way up to half-inch Andrews hardline.
That's great. I picked up bought a new yellow cap with black lettering put on. Friday Night Fun at K9GCR. That's to replace the one which Richard N9CO bought for me in Belvedere back in 2014. I had for several years, and somehow I lost it. So I said, I'm going to get myself another one, and I sure did. I'm only going to wear that cap on special occasions, that way I don't get it so dirty. I also bought some the new 2021 ARRL repair directory and the 2021 ARRL handbook. I haven't bought a desk lamp. And then for my I had a pork chop sandwich, chips and Mountain Dew. I had a wonderful time there.
Sure, well, that's good to hear. Yes, so did I. I mean, I think all in all it was a wonderful day. It was a good fest. I didn't hear anybody complaining. I think they enjoyed it pretty well.
Well, I know I did, and they're already talking about having it next year too.
I get a chance if I'm in town, I'll go again. Yeah, I got a few other things that could probably sell there next year. Clean out the dungeon, sort of say.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's something I always look forward to. Go to the Hamfest and later on in the afternoon. Justin K9FBO and Mike H9GC come stop by, pay me a visit. They took pictures and updated pictures of my ham shack and what have you. We even went out to Culver's here in Freeport and they bought the meal. We had I think I had a bacon burger sandwich and I don't know what they had, but that was sure good.
Well, you know what they say. There ain't nothing that can't be made better without adding bacon. And, yeah, I made a sandwich tonight on that beefsteak rye with some ham, some Swiss cheese, Hellman's mayonnaise, some lettuce, and some bacon. God, that was good.
Oh, yeah, sounds good. I'm also asking a question tonight. With being at this Oktoberfest, what is your favorite kind of a German food? Do you have a favorite German food or not? Brats or German potato salad, sauerkraut, what do you say?
Oh, my mother was German, so yeah, she'd make potato salad that was out of this world. People would come in and they'd try her potato salad and couldn't get enough of it while it was warm. I tell you, after she got through making it, you'd want to eat it. And brats, well, I've always cooked brats on the grill. Hell, I've gone ahead and microwaved them when I'm really hungry. But I do like putting them in a rotisserie. That, I find, is about the best. You got to watch it, though, because they can get a little overdone if you don't. And when they come out, they are delectable. Split them down the center and put some of that honey Dijon mustard on there. Oh, that is good. And then schnitzel. I like schnitzel. My neighbor made some, and with some red cabbage. It was real sweet. It really got me. I mean, it was delicious. My next door neighbor can really cook German food well. I'm not just a whistling Dixie.
Oh yeah, I hear you. My mother used to bake sauerkraut. She put it in some kind of a pan or something like that, glass pan or container, whatever it is. She baked it in the oven. She put brown sugar on it. Boy, was that ever good.
And if you really don't care for sauerkraut, tell you what, you go to Aldi. They got it in a glass jar. Boy, it tastes good. You put it in the refrigerator. And put some of that on a sandwich, like I aforementioned, with some of that beefsteak rye. You cannot go wrong. God, it just enhances. But yeah, like I said, the schnitzel, that was very good. A pork schnitzel, God, just made it beautiful. It's been a while since I've had good schnitzel, and yeah. Well, what's my number tonight? How many check-ins?
You are checking number 31.
Oh, good turnout. Very well. Well, hey, don't mean to hog it. Heck, we're coming up here on 10 o'clock. You got to give that service announcement. Where are your kids? Down in the dungeon, yeah. Chained down.
That's what I'm going to do right now. This is KC9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9 RFD repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time. Parents, do you know where your children are at? Lockdown! Lockdown!
Well, actually, they're hanging from the ceiling stuck to some fly paper.
Okay, Rick, sounds good.
Necessarily, they could be smoking it.
I hear you. Okay. Hey, Art. Okay, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening and enjoy your weekend. I see on the news bow and arrow hunting season is just got underway today.
And maybe some year I keep saying I'd try that. A friend of mine's got a crossbow and it can really rip. You wouldn't want to get hit with it. I forget what the foot poundage is on one of those, but yeah, it'll tear a deer apart, that's for sure. Funny thing about it, he's got the deer stand and everything, and he still can't get a deer. But I ain't gonna go into it. Hey, been a pleasure. Number 31 tonight, and an NQD. Clear on your finals.
73 Art, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. I think we're gonna conclude the Friday Night Fun Net trivia. I was gonna do some extra questions, but I think we'll just save that for next week. So, at this time, any more stations that want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Okay, let me explain something to you. A minute or so ago, I said lockdown. I was Kerry, K-I-M-A-P. So was listening to VHF, UHF signals. He was picking up traffic from the Winnebago County jail. They say right at 10 o'clock. They say lockdown. So I thought I would include that in there. Okay. Any more stations you want to check in, please call now. Okay, let me get a rundown of all the other nets in the area. The Night Watch net just started on the CFMC Chicago 443.750. The PL1 to 14.8 plus offset. If you cannot get that on the repeater, you can go in with the Echo Link. After I get done with this net here, I'm going to see if I can check them out. For 4 nights in a row, I was able to pick them up. So Sunday night they weren't coming in worth a hoot. So, but it's the Night Watch net currently underway now. They just started. Runs from 10 p.m. until 12 midnight. Well, that really 11 o'clock or whatever. CFMC 443.750 repeater Chicago PL 114.8 plus offset. If you cannot get into the repeater, you can get in via the Echo Link. Although you should not have any problem getting into the repeater tonight with the band conditions being as they are. Lunch Bunch Net is held every day Monday through Friday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. A swap net is held at 12:30 p.m. It's on the 145.430 repeater in Downers Grove, Illinois, with PL1 to 107.2 minus offset. W9DUP DuPage County repeater. There is a Saturday night fun net which takes place on every Saturday evening at 9 p.m. on the 146.910 repeater to Milwaukee. PL1 27.3 minus offset. It's a lot more structured than this net. Let's see. The Green County Aries Races Net meets every Sunday evening at 7:30 p.m. on the 145.110 repair in Monroe with a PL 123.0 minus offset. You just heard Scott K9YI net control when he checked in on the 195 simplex. It's a combination of Aries Races and Ragtune net, but just tune into that net, you'll find out. The Big Thunder Amps radio couple holds its Sunday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 147.375 repair in Belvedere with a PL 100.0 plus offset. The Whiteside County Public's the Aries net meets every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. on the 146.850 repair in Sterling, PL 114.0 minus offset. Monday evenings at 7 p.m. either on this repeater or on 146.610 we have the Monday night rah-rah info net. I had, Larry K9KZT, I believe he had this 15 or 16 check-ins or 17 check-ins. This coming Monday night I will be net control. The Lee County Aries Races Group holds this Monday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 146.970 repair in Dixon with a PL 82.5 minus offset. And the big, the Kishwaukee Amps Radio Club holds this Monday evening net at 8:30 p.m. on the 146.730 repair in decal with a PL of 100.0 minus offset. The Rock County Public Service Net meets every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. on the 145.450 repair in Janesville, the PL 123.0 minus offset. Also, the first of two Health and Tech Nets also meets at 7 p.m. on this repeater. We have the Tuesday net meets at 7 p.m. and the Thursday net meets also meets at 7 p.m. Larry H9GO is net control of the Tuesday evening net, and I'm the net control of the Thursday evening net. Okay, Rick, K9QDP. I understand you had a good turnout this past Tuesday night on the long wires net. Why don't you let us know about that?
Okay there, Jimmy. Last Tuesday had a total of, 21 on the roster, 10 live, 11 on the honorary.
That's great. That is definitely good news, Gary. When Ricky WX9RLT gets his antenna straightened out, he'll be able to check in. So okay, that sounds good there, Rick. Thanks. Also the Ogle County Amp Trail and then closing Irish Skywarn meets at 9 p.m. on the 147.165 repair in Oregon with PL 146.2 plus offset. The Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. here in Freeport on a 147.390 repeater. PL 114.8 plus offset. We have the Stevenson County Aries net. I had 8 check-ins this past Wednesday night. The Greater Boyne Amp Radio Club holds its Wednesday evening net at 7:30 p.m. on the 147.120 repair in Boyd with PL 123.0 plus offset. And of course, we have our Wednesday evening swap net at 8 p.m. on here in Freeport at 147.390 repair, PL 114.8 plus offset. I was net control, and Mel, N9RPN, and I were sharing the duties of the net control operators. I do this past Wednesday, and he'll do next Wednesday. Kerry, K9MAP, are you still with us? How did the CW net go? the Wednesday evening Rah-Rah CW net meets at 8 p.m. on 7.117 kilohertz, 40 meters, the CW portion of the band. I believe he had about 3 or 4 people that check in that net. Those of you who work for Scope, do check out that net. And let's see, I almost forgot. Chad, WI9 HF in Janesville has a simplex net, which meets every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. on the 146.400 simplex frequency. The senile net meets every day, Monday through Friday at 1400 to 1500 hours Zulu on the 14.287 megahertz, 20 meters upper sideband. Chuck, WD9BB is net control of that net. He takes check-ins not only from locally, but all throughout the U.S., stateside. Okay, now you're all caught up to date on your local nets. Support your local net control operators, your local nets, your local repeaters. You're a member of any ham radio club. By all means, support your local club. Okay, at this time, we have any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun net? Please call now. Okay, I want to tell you about the Friday Night Fun net Facebook page. Contact Brad, whatever his call is. He's got an A call. I don't have it with me, but Brad Smith, you all know who he is. And of course, contact Ricky, WX9RLT. He's in charge of that. You see updated pictures of my ham shack. Thanks to Justin K9FBO, who was here this Sunday along with Mike H9JZ, and took new pictures of my ham shack. They've been posted on the Facebook page, but do check them out. You see pertinent information about the Friday Night Fun net, updated pictures of my ham shack. You even get out weather information. So, if you haven't signed up for the Friday Night Fun net Facebook page, do so. Go to Friday Night Fun net Central, and they'll get you signed up. And yes, Mike, K9MED is recording this net for future rebroadcast on the Friday Night Fun net Facebook page. Justin brought his laptop computer. I got to see the Friday Night Fun net Facebook page for the very first time. I haven't got to hear myself do last week's net. That was great. You hear the Friday Night Fun net every night of the week. Where every night is Friday night. Okay, any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun net? Please call now. All right, we're going to do the amateur's code. The amateur's considerate. He never knowingly uses the air in such a way as to lessen the pleasure of others. The amateur is loyal. He offers his loyalty, encouragement, and his support to his fellow radio amateurs, his local club, and the American Radio Relay League, through which amateur radio is represented. The amateur is progressive. He keeps the station abreast of science. It is well-built and efficient. His operating practice is above reproach. The amateur is friendly. Slow and patient sending when requested. Friendly advice and counsel to the beginner. Kindly assistance, cooperation, and consideration for the interests of others. These are marks of the amateur spirit. The amateur is balanced. Radio is his hobby. He never allows it to interfere with any of his duties he holds in his home, his job, his school, or his community. The amateur is patriotic. His knowledge and his support as station are always ready for the services of his country and his community. That's the amateur's code. As Tony N9ARB used to say, some to live by not doing on the radio, but proud life itself. Okay, any more stations who wish to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Okay, now I'm going to do my list of honorary check-ins. Okay. N9ARB, Tony. HC honorary check-in. N9TAB. Tracy is a better half. HC honorary check-in. And, we mustn't forget Scott at the beautiful Kishwaukee River Yacht Club. A9 Sugar Fox. HC, let me reset. This is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net, and K9RFD repeater in Rockford, transmitting from Friday Night Fun Net Center in Freeport. Have any more stations you want to check in, please call now. Okay. N9ZO, one of the best guys in the whole world. He doesn't check in that often, but he listens every Friday night. And okay, and we definitely got to check in Justin. K9FEO. HC honorary check-in. And Mike. HC9JZ. HC honorary check-in. Okay. Oh, yes. I got to check in Brandon. KD9LOA. HC honorary check-in, and John. KD9OVJ. HC honorary check-in. Okay. I'm trying to think. Who else? Oh yeah. I got checking Kurt. KD9N. Where is my other pen here? If I can. Oh, there it is. KD9N. HC honorary checking. Okay. Any more stations you want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Okay, I want to thank Dan, N9DCH, the trustee of this repeater, for allowing us to use this repeater to host the Friday Night Fun Net, but we can't use it on 6-1. I thought we were going to get a band opening tonight. That's why I decided to hold the net here. Tuesday night I talked to a station on 255. It was an Antigo repeater in Antigo, Wisconsin. So, okay, I'm going to run down a list of stations who've checked in so far. W9JTC Jamie and WX9RLT Ricky, who are early bird check-ins tonight. All right, K9SOZ, K9NWY, N9GBP, K9SBA, K9EPZL, Rochelle, K9KCT Larry, H9NW, K9MED was recording this net, K9QPL Palm, House Park, H9JF, 89JF, Jim in the Loves Park. H9GO, Larry, Rob, Board President. K89TJL, Tim. K9HKX, Larry and Rascal. K89OTC, I still couldn't figure out what that call was, but that's how I got it written down. K9MAP, Kerry and Robert, and N9SBJs. Scott at the Rock River Yacht Club, K9GOL, Jimmy, K9GDY, W9GD, honorary check-in, N9WSQ, George, our club president, honorary check-in. He had swapped that traffic. N9CNW, myself, K9GCR, K9QDP, Rick, AK9F, K9FLO, K9YI. You checked in on Simplex. The KC9, the DDF, John, and checking on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline, W99WTF, Tom, N9NQD, Art, and my honorary check-ins, N9ARB, N9TAB, AE9SF, N9ZO, K9FBO, H9JG, KD9LOA, KD9OBJ, and KE9N. One moment, please. Okay, I got, let's see, 2 early bird check-ins, and let's see, I got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 8, 29, 33, 1, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. 2 early bird check-ins, 38 check-ins during the night. Gives a grand total of 40 check-ins. Do we have any more stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, be sure you tell your mothers, your fathers, your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, your neighbors across the street, down the street, next door. Be sure your in-laws. Be sure you tell your butcher, your baker, your candlestick maker. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the checkout counter of your grocery store, the clerk behind the counter of your convenience store. Be sure you tell your waiters, waitresses, and bartenders and friendly neighborhood bars, restaurants, taverns, or pubs. Be sure you tell your new car dealer, your used car dealer, your garage mechanic. Be sure you tell the members of your local PTA or PTO. Be sure you tell your priest. Be sure you tell your priests, your ministers, your rabbis. Sure you tell your mullahs, your ayatollahs, or your imams. Sure you tell your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your ex-husbands, your ex-wives, your ex-in-laws, and of course your old ladies about the Friday Night Fun Net. The more check-ins, the better than that. Make sure you have a valid FCC license before you check in. We do not take check-ins from jailbirds, jammers, potty mouths, crackheads, dopeheads, potheads, telemarketers. You take a knee during a sporting event, we don't take your check-ins. You burn the flag during, we don't take your check-ins. If you don't back the blue, we don't take your check-ins. That's just the way it is. All right. I want to thank everybody for checking in. And it was a great net tonight, great topics. How'd you like the Hamfest? What's your favorite German food? Next Friday night, we're going to talk about what your favorite beer is. Schlitz, Hams, Budweiser, Pabst, Falstaff, Old Style. That's what we'll talk about next Friday night. Okay, with that, this is the last call for any stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net from anywhere in the region. With drop traffic, please call K9GCR. Last call for Ratchet Jaw. Okay, tune in again next week for another edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. Until then, this is Jim, K9GCR. Now closing down this Friday, October 1st, 2020 edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. and return the repeater to frequency normal land radio use. At 10:25 p.m. Central Daylight Time, 3 hours 25 minutes Zulu time with a total of 40 check-ins. 7-3s, everybody. Have a good weekend. This is K9 Chief Shower. 7-3s to all, and to all, a good night.